This week's Nifty Gifties on F5 Live Refreshing Technology is proudly powered by the Microsoft Store. Whether you're looking for a new laptop, tablet, Xbox, games, or a whole lot more, you can get them at the Microsoft Store. Remember, current students, faculty, parents, and active military can save up to 10% off almost everything. To browse the products and learn more about the discounts, you can go to f5live.tv/Microsoft. Well, society might be collapsing around us, and one of the signs of that is that through DoorDash, you can now finance a burrito. You would think that I'm joking, but unfortunately, I am not. The company announced this week that they have started a new relationship with Klarna, the buy now, pay later service that has spawned a number of other services similar. You'll find it traditionally on sites for, say, clothing or furniture, larger purchases. But not anymore. It's not just for large purchases. You can, if you get a midnight McDonald's craving, you can now pay for it in 4 equal installments. Why? I have no idea. The only rule appears to be that the order must be $35. So you'd have to buy a lot of chicken nuggets at 3 a.m., but you could still do it. It has to be $35 or more, and then you can pay for it in 4 installments. Now, there are some benefits to the concept, not for DoorDash, but to the concept of things like Klarna. So long as they're one of the services that report to the credit bureaus, you can actually help your credit using these things. I know my brother knocked his credit up like 60 points or something using Klarna to buy some dress shirts a couple of times. So there's definitely some benefit to the concept, but it's a little, for me, Abram, it's a little different than putting it on a credit card. It's a different type of financing, and it feels different to me.
It's another line of debt, right?
True.
And I mean, after all, right, this problem is already addressed by people paying by credit card,
Right.
right? I'm not sure whether Klarna's um, interest rates are better or worse than a credit card. Um,
They're
but
they're
to
generally
have,
pretty good. They're generally pretty good. I'll tell you that. I followed Adam's footsteps and gave it a try to see if I could correct some issues with my credit as well, and I had good luck with it. The financing charges weren't much, but again, for Taco Bell, it seems a bit much.
yeah, I mean, I don't feel like you should be financing anything that gets absorbed into your body. You know,
Fair enough.
I mean, it's just, I mean, I don't know. It just feels like, unless it's medicine or something and you desperately need it,
Sure, sure.
um, the, but I don't think you should be financing food. Um,
Yeah.
so, uh, I mean, look, they're all looking to, everybody wants to get you owing the money, right?
It's
So
true.
everybody wants to get you owing the money. So I'm sure Klarna likes this. DoorDash probably gets a cut of whatever Klarna makes, so they like it. Um, whether it's a good deal for you, I have to say, like, almost nothing that you get with DoorDash is a necessity,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
You could not
Unless
have
you're
that meal.
unless you're really sick and you're, door dashing something from CVS or Walgreens or something like that. That's a very small, limited thing,
Right.
right?
Right. So I don't
I
know.
had I
My
had the beginning of a I had the beginning of a migraine. The first night we were in Vegas for CES this year, and I couldn't really get out to go get anything, and you know I think it was on Uber Eats. Doing that was cheaper than uh, getting an actual Uber to and from a CVS anyway. So it's there are very small windows where it might be a little different, but yeah, generally the things that you get on Uber Eats or DoorDash or Postmates or there's another one whose name has escaped me. Generally luxury and big
right.
luxury at that.
A luxury you don't need to pay.
Right.
So I advise against it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not just a luxury, but like it's an expensive luxury. Um, Noel and I were somewhere, and we were at a restaurant. We're looking at the numbers. I think maybe it was Wingstop, and just for the heck of it, I pulled out the phone. I pulled up Uber Eats, and I'm looking. Oh, so it's like 20% more, 25% more just to get started before all the fees on
Right.
top of it. Just
Yeah.
just the actual menu items are 25% more. And then there's fees and tips and
Yes.
an extra, 15 or $18 on top of all of that when it's it's Wingstop. You probably have one close by. Just go get it, right?
Right. Yeah. Lately, I've really not like. There have been times when I had to get food, and I've really like gone to the place to pick it up because it's just so much cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And then, to then obfuscate it one more level and add financing charges to pay it over what 8 weeks. I think you make a payment every 2 weeks. So to pay for your wing stop over 8 weeks, four payments, it with finance charges and the
I
whole thing on
mean,
top of it, it's all
I
ah.
mean, it'll be out of your intestine by then.
Certainly hope so.
Maybe on your waist, I don't know, but out of your intestine by then for sure.
If it's not, uh, Uber eating something from CVS isn't going to be enough to solve the problem.
That's true.
That
That's
what
true.
magnesium, whatever the clear liquid, that's not going to get it out.
Yeah.
It's a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So generally online, this has been met with chaos. I don't know that I've seen any positive coverage of this announcement, which for me is always interesting, right? Because even even something like this Snow White movie, right? That has IMDb has it at a 2.2, I think, and Rotten Tomatoes has it at about a 43%. That there's no consensus even on something as simple as Snow White, right? But this seems to be universally panned. No, other than
Well,
other than DoorDash and Klarna, I haven't seen anybody speak positively of this move, which is really an interesting
well,
situation.
well. You know where you're gonna find out when you see whether it's still there in a year.
Yeah, true.
If it's still there in a year, then that means that people are signing up
People are
for it.
using it. Yeah,
There's nobody who's gonna like going into debt, right? Like nobody. There's no positive coverage of payday loans either, and yet people still do them.
true. Yeah, and we've
There
got
shouldn't be positive coverage.
right, and we have a big company based out of here. Although I don't see ads for them anymore. I know they're still around, but that that's how they make their money. They do all kinds of financial services for free, but they also do payday loans. Uh, So, and yeah, nobody ever has anything positive to say about them either, but people are using them. That's an interesting point. But yeah, if in 6 or 12 months it disappears, then we'll know that not only do people not like the idea, they're also not using the idea. But if it's still there 6, 12, 18 months from now, that means people are actually using it. Guys, don't. Seriously, don't. Don't. I don't know what else to say. Don't. It's a bad idea. Anytime you mentally put offset money, you screw things up. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. I'm no financial genius, but I did hear a political commentator this week say, look straight down the lens and say Dave Ramsey's rolling in his grave and he's not dead. So that was a pretty, because Dave Ramsey's not a fan of really financing anything. So yeah. I think our recommendation is skip this. If you can't pay for it, don't pay for it. Go pick it up or make something at home. Hello, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of F5 Live Refreshing Technology. If you did, please subscribe to the channel down below, and of course hit the notification bell because we know that subscriptions don't mean much on YouTube anymore. If you've got topics that you'd like us to talk about in the future, please comment them down below. And if you'd like to not follow us on YouTube, there's lots of ways that you can follow along with our content by going to plughitslive.com/subscribe. There you'll see all of our shows and all of the ways that you can watch, listen, and follow along.